Satisfy your need for happiness through your own curiosity with the Ranveer Show. Why are so many white men in America on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about testosterone replacement therapy? First question. Second question, should Indian men also be looking into it? Third question, I'm sure you've given TRT to some patients. Not for treating a disease or something, but just because their testosterone levels are low. Should a guy like me who's healthy, also concerned with health, consider TRT at age 50? And how do you go about it?
So, TRT. So, we talk of various segments of men who require TRT. For example, I talked about a couple where the husband and wife both are tennis players. The wife is still playing tennis. The husband has stopped playing tennis. His testosterone has come down. Now, should I give him testosterone? Because if I give him testosterone, it is going to suppress the follicle stimulating hormone in the brain, which is going to suppress the spermatogenesis. So if I give him a shot of testosterone, his sperm counts drop to 0.
Damn.
And this couple is looking for a child. So you need to know when not to give testosterone. So testosterone, even though if you look at the lab, it will show a borderline testosterone, it doesn't mean that we have to give testosterone if they are looking for a baby. Suppose the same couple has had 2 children, you discuss it out with them, do you need another child? Because if I give you a testosterone replacement, there are 2 issues. One, your testosterone production will cease for life. For example, if you keep having McDonald's or something, your mother says, okay, I am shutting down the kitchen. Why the hell should I produce food? Similarly, if you keep having exogenous testosterone into the body, the endogenous testosterone, which is supposed to be produced by your body, is going to be shut down by the body computer called hypothalamus.
Even if you do it once or a few times?
Yes, it does hurt. It is reversible at your age. It may not be reversible at 40.
You mean if a 40-year-old does TRT once, then he is signing up for it for life?
Exactly. That is why pharma companies hate me.
Damn. Okay, because this is not the image of TRT I had in my head at all.
No. So I'm coming to TRT again. So one was this boy who wants to have a child. The couple wants to have a child. You should not give testosterone. You have to tell them that if I give you testosterone, your sperm count is going to go down. You're not going to have a baby. So you have to decide today, even if you have to give up your job, change your job, you have to start doing these things like exercise, respect to the circadian rhythm, high fiber diet, and meditation, yoga, sports, competitive sports, and certain dietary things like eggs, onions, seafood, oysters. These are the things which are supposed to be increasing testosterone.
And for veg people?
Onions is good enough.
Yeah.
Onions is good. And high fiber, basically. So the lettuce and other things, they do increase testosterone. So this is what I'll give to this couple. But suppose there is a 45-year-old person who comes to me with erectile dysfunction or whatever, and I do a testosterone and it is low, then I have to talk it out to him. And I have to tell him, look, I can give you testosterone, but make sure that if it is today just below the borderline, if I give you testosterone, you will need it every time that I ask you, because the duration changes from 3 weeks to 3 months, whatever the dip of preparation we use or a daily preparation that we use. Then you will need it. Your body will stop producing testosterone, and I do not know if I stop giving you testosterone, will it come back and start producing or not? So in all probabilities, when I started testosterone, it is for a lifetime contract with a pharmaceutical agent.
And per session, how much does it cost?
So it is with difference. There are gels, there are capsules, there are injections. Now injections, there are certain injections which are short-lived injections. So there are pure testosterone, and you give a 100 milligram testosterone injection. It goes to supraphysiological levels. So I will explain what is a physiological level. Suppose there's a physiological window. The physiological window is between, say, 1200 nanograms to 300 nanograms. So testosterone between 1200 and 300 is what is the ideal for a human body. So if I give you a shot today, the testosterone shoots to 1400 ml. It hits very hard the hypothalamus. And hypothalamus goes into shock, stops producing luteinizing hormone, releasing hormone. Pituitary goes into shock, stops producing luteinizing hormone, and the testes gets atrophied.
Your balls will shrink.
That's right. Because you're shooting into the supraphysiological levels. So I don't like this, but a lot of people give it. This is
Why?
the easiest way. I'm sorry, I haven't taught anybody.
No, but why are a lot of people giving it? To make money?
No, I will come to that. But let me finish this
Sure.
part. You please ask that question.
Sure.
Why are they giving? So I need to choose a therapy that pushes the testosterone from, say, less than 300 to 400, 500, so that it is in the physiological range. It serves the purpose of the body and does not hit the hypothalamus so hard that it becomes irreversible. So capsules, gels, because they are small doses. And then there are certain depot preparations. So you have those injections. There are 3 milliliter injections given intramuscular once in 3 months, which is 12 weeks. So every 12 weeks, somebody has to take a shot. It is released very slowly because there's a depot. So it keeps releasing. So it does not cross the supraphysiological level. So if at all I need to give testosterone replacement, I will choose something which stays within the testosterone. The story of those shots that I talked about is somebody will come and say, I'm going for a weekend, so give me a shot.
For a better erection.
That's right. But unfortunately, that's not true. That's a placebo. So how does testosterone affect erections? So I'll give you an example. So you have a hand pump at home, and hand pump has some washers, and you need to service those parts, and you put oil to those parts. So that is the maintenance fluid for the hand pump. So you do it every Sunday. I was made to do that by my mother. So I used to oil my valves of the hand pump every Sunday. And then you stop doing it. So what happens? It still works. On Monday, it still works. It keeps on working till after 6 months, it breaks down because of lack of testosterone or the maintenance fluids. Similarly, the erections. Erections require a maintenance fluid called testosterone. So if you give testosterone today, it is not going to maintain it today. It is not Viagra, which is a different drug, which is supposed to be used for this. So you give a shot of testosterone, it does nothing to the erection. So for erection, that means if the erection is because of lack of testosterone, it will take that much time to recover if you give testosterone. So it is a maintenance fluid. So why people give testosterone like this is anybody's guess, but that is a kind of custom. A lot of people do it. A lot of people will go to the doctor and say, Friday evening, okay, give me a shot. I'm going to Goa with my friend or something. But that is actually a disservice, because if that shot is going to cause supraphysiological level of testosterone and going to hit the hypothalamus so hard that it is going to stop producing your endogenous testosterone. That is more about testosterone.
2 questions from a consumer perspective. First question is the price, like for a good quality TRT therapy. Second question is, I'm assuming that this good quality TRT therapy is all about this art of reshuffling the hormones, which only a doctor like yourself would know. So never try doing TRT yourself as a baseline.
Never.
But even amongst medical professionals, how do you know which doctor is giving you the right kind of TRT? I am assuming the answer is experience.
Yes, it is about, unfortunately, I try to tell everybody not to use as much TRT as is available, because of the single reason that if the single risk is that if I give TRT, your body stops producing TRT. Therefore, try to avoid as much as possible. Having said that, there will be situations where you will require it. The cheapest is an injection that you take once in 3 months
In the muscle.
in the muscle. And that is maybe for 5,000 rupees in 3 months.
Okay, that's pretty
That's not
reasonable.
very bad as compared to there are certain capsules which you have to take morning, evening with a meal, or the gel every day. That actually seems to be turns out to be a little costlier than this. And those shots that I talked about, the simple plain testosterone, which are not dipper preparations, they would actually have a little less cost than this, but the risk is more because they shoot the physiological levels. Coming down to who should be giving it, yes, there are experts who should be giving it, but experts who understand that I'm giving it with, giving testosterone, TRT, starting TRT is 10% of treatment. 90% is education that I just talked about.
Which is movement, exercise, food, circadian rhythm.
I will refuse to give you testosterone next time if you don't do that.
Damn.
That's what I should do.
Okay, the way my life is going, I take care of myself, all that. All these factors are taken. Do you think I'll need TRT at some point?
No.
Even when I'm 60?
No.
Then why is this a culture in the West?
Because it is a shortcut.
Because they're not taking care of their lifestyle.
Because there is so much of industry pressure.
I feel the pharma industry is much more active there than here.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like they call it a pill-oriented culture. And I love Joe Rogan. Like he's my idol as a podcaster. If he's talking about something, it sits in my head in terms of this guy is like 50, 55 years old. He's talking so much about TRT, kuch to hoga. Now, here we have a doctor telling us that no, that's not how life should be. So,
Yes.
first of all, you've retaught me something. So, thank you. Because I was under the assumption that I'll have to do TRT at like 50, 50.
No, never.
So,
It
rather
is a curse.
it's a curse.
I'm making a recurrent deposit scheme for myself.
So, it's a pharma company
trope. No. The pharma company puts it on the market, and obviously for the interest of pharma companies to sell it. It's a good molecule where it is required, but it has to be used judiciously. So I need to use it judiciously. So when pharma company called me because they thought I was an expert on testosterone and I started talking like this, they said, "Man, what are you doing?" I said, "This is the truth."
Right.
So I will tell you who requires testosterone. For example, there is this guy who's your age. He's a senior executive somewhere and has a good, happy life. So he's got a raise, he's got a bonus, and he goes home and he finds certain kids playing around his house. So he puts his hand in his pocket, brings out some sweets, chocolates or something, and says, "Oh, enjoy." The same scenario, there's a 58-year-old person coming from work and he's grumpy and he's roly-poly. And he looks at those kids and says, "Oh my God, what the hell are you doing? Haven't you got any other place to play? It's only my house."
Irritability.
So this guy is irritable. He's grumpy. He is the man perhaps who has to be evaluated for low testosterone.
So why can't he just live with low testosterone? Will there be physiological problems later on?
Yes, there will be. So the cause and effect are related. So what caused the low testosterone is what we need to understand. So his lifestyle, he's not sleeping on time, he's got physical stress, mental stress, he's not doing enough physical stress, he's eating something which he shouldn't be eating because, that's how things are. So imagine a roly-poly guy moving like this and is barely able to breathe, he's overweight, and he is irritable. He does not take, he's not able to handle stress, crisis. So mismanagement of crisis, cognitive disorder, that he forgets that, okay, did I lock my door or not, or where have I kept the key, or Did I pick up my phone from my table or not? Because he forgets. And he's not oriented. So he will say, okay, I think I was going towards the market. No, I was going towards the temple. So he's indecisive. So indecisiveness.
Is it a way of saying that low testosterone levels are linked to early onset dementia?
Exactly.
So like you
So
lose
all these
your,
things happen.
you lose your mind if you don't take care of your balls.
Yes. Exactly.
And you'll take care of your balls by fixing your lifestyle and your body.
Yes. So I will tell you, I've just given you a scenario where the person has lost his testosterone, and I'm talking about a boy now. So, there used to be a boy in our college who would go on a motorcycle with speed of 100 without a helmet. And we would be, oh my God, what a macho. And now my son says, I want to do it. I say, shut up, don't do it. So what is it? I've matured. He has testosterone. So cost of maturity is loss of testosterone. So these are related. You have to understand. So if I have that much of drive and testosterone, maybe I would also do something foolish like that.
Gotcha. So again, bottom line is, for this whole testosterone conversation, take care of your body and your diet. Do the right things, which you guys already know. And maybe if you're dealing with certain symptoms that Sir spoke about in your 40s, 50s, or if you're dealing with legitimate biological erectile dysfunction, then you go to a urologist, you go to an andrologist who'll help you kind of balance out your testosterone levels. First and foremost through lifestyle, and then through therapy like TRT.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to add as a bottom line?
So the point is that if you don't use it, you will lose it.
Fair.
So keep using it.
If you enjoyed this clip from the Ranveer Show, we've uploaded a ton of other clips related to a ton of other topics. So explore the channel because there's something for everyone.